cigarette near me. It's weird, like I used to be a smoker for like 20 years, and then in 2010 I quit, and now I can't stand the smell of cigarette smoke. And it's just like, nope, keep that away. Like, what did I ever see in that? I don't know. I think smoking was the stupidest thing I ever did in life. But like, being Gen X, almost everybody smoked. You felt weird if you didn't smoke back then. And it was like, there was no non-smoking sections or anything here. Like they used to be just smoking everywhere you went. They'd smoke on the airplane. The Greyhound buses, they came with ashtrays. In every seat, you could sit there and smoke. And then later on, they started changing it a bit and started having non-smoking sections in restaurants. But you go to the restaurant, and there'd be the non-smoking section. You look over there, there's like one person sitting there. Everybody else was in the smoking section. You go to like Danny's or something, you'd be waiting for a fucking table, and because it'd be just packed. But the non-smoking section would be just fucking empty as fuck. So sometimes you go sit there just to get a table quick, and then you ask you if you can move to the smoking section later. But, I mean, I'm glad it's not like that anymore, because then I'd be smelling cigarette smoke all the time. So I'm kind of glad they got rid of it in all the public places and shit. Like now, it's pretty strong. You can smoke like when you're walking around and stuff, or like you're not even supposed to smoke at bus stops. Like I never say anything if somebody's smoking. I'll just stand away from them because I'm outside, right? I try not to be an asshole about it, because I didn't like it when I smoked and people would fucking be, what are you gonna smoke for? It was brutal at work though when I smoked, because you'd go out for a cigarette, and the second you lit the thing, like 20 people would show up, and you'd have to fucking set it down and go back in, and then by the time you got back to it, it was all burned away and wasted. And they were expensive. Like, I mean, they're way more expensive now. There's like packs of cigarettes that cost $25 now. I see that, I'm like, oof. I mean, when I quit, they were like $7, which even at the time then was still pretty expensive. But or then as soon as you light it up, you'd have like 3 people come up, hey, can I bum one? And so you're buying cigarettes for half the city now. But it got to a point there, it was too much, and then I just stopped and quit. It took a couple of tries. It wasn't like a first try thing. But what I found was the only way to really quit smoking was cold turkey. Because the gum and the patches and all that shit, and the vaping thing, it doesn't fucking work. It just fucking, what it does? It makes the cravings worse, because you're not getting as much nicotine as you're used to getting. So you're just always in a withdrawal state. Which is why those fucking patches don't do crap. They make it worse, and it just makes it more agonizing to quit. I'm pretty sure the cigarette companies invented all those supposed ways to quit, to keep you hooked. But really what it is, you just gotta struggle and get through that 72 hours. Which is like 3 days, and once you get through that, you're styling. It's all in your head after that. So, anybody who's like trying to quit smoking, that's how you do it. I just missed the light. Never mind the gum or any of that. It's not going to be easy. That's what I'll tell you right now. It's a hard fucking thing to do, but you gotta want it. And back when I quit, they used to kind of tell you how to quit in the cigarette pack. Like they had this thing, was called the 4 Ds. It was like delay, drink water, do something else, And then I forget what the fourth D was. But, oh, it was deep breaths. It's like you're having a craving and you take like deep breaths like in through the nose, out through the mouth kind of thing. And that sometimes that would make it like subside, or you sip some water. Or... Me, I'd sometimes just play drums. Or drum on the counter or something, you know, wherever I was. Cause if I was at home, I'd just jump on the drum kit and bash on that for a while. That used to make the craving subside. That's how you do it. And then once you get to 3 days, that's how long it takes for the nicotine to get out of your system, and then you're pretty much in the clear. But I will say, like, after I quit, for probably 5 years after, like, sometimes I would have dreams where I was smoking again. And I'd wake up going, oh no, I smoked, and then you realize, no, it was just a dream. Like, you would think about it a lot. It would in your head, like, you'd really make sure I never started again once it was done, right? So... But now it's like I don't think about it. And now, like, just the smell of it just smells awful to me now. So I know I ain't starting again. Obviously, it's been like 16 years. So. But worth doing though, like, you know, health-wise too, you're a lot better. And the vaping, you don't want to get into that because that does like permanent damage. You get the popcorn lung happening, and you can't reverse that. So, if you're somebody who vapes, I would say quit now. That'll do like irreversible damage. Like cigarette, yeah, it'll fuck your lungs up, but you can actually, after a number of years, your lungs go back to normal, and I can attest to that. Because I used to like struggle to breathe for a while, because you know, I started smoking in the 80s. It was like 87 when I started smoking. And then I smoked all the way up to 2010 when I finally quit. There was a couple times, like in like 1990, I quit for like 6 months, and then I went to a bar and got hammered and accidentally started smoking again. And then I would quit again another time in like early 2000s. And I'd quit for about a month. And I was playing the original fucking Halo game. And I got so frustrated with that game and pissed off, I went down to the corner store and bought a cigar. And then a couple weeks later, I got another cigar, and then I started having a cigar once a week, and then I started having a cigar twice a week, and then I started having it once a day at work, and then it was like 2-3 stars. Then next thing you know, I was smoking like insane amounts of cigars, and I had to switch back to cigarettes because it's getting too expensive. And then like 2010, I was smoking like Matinee Ultra Mild, I think is what I went down to, because I figured, you know, if I go to the weaker ones, it might be a little easier. I don't know if it was or not, but I was like a pack a day smoker pretty much the whole time. Never smoked any more than that. But then when I finally quit, like it took a couple tries too. Like the first attempt there in 2010, like I lasted about 2 days, and then I couldn't deal with it. And then I tried again, and like later, and then I went like another time, like 1 day, and I ended up getting a pack of smoke. Another thing I'll tell you, when you're quitting smoking, just do it. Don't tell anyone you're quitting smoking, because people can be real fucking assholes. Like you tell them you're quitting smoking, they'll start offering you cigarettes. Evil fucks. So you just do it and then they don't notice, and then by the time they realize you've quit it, you've already quit. So that's another tip I'll give you about quitting smoking. Anyway, do it, keep it to yourself, do it cold turkey. And then you'll be in the clear. And then, like, it's so worth it, like, once you quit. Like, you save so much money. Especially nowadays, because cigarettes are, like, even the cheapest cigarettes you can buy are, like, $18.50. At least where I sell them, because I work in a gas station, right? But I see those prices. That's like the budget brands are 18 something. So you add that up, like 10 packs in a carton. And if you're a pack-a-day smoker, you're going through 3 cartons a month. So that's like $185.50 if you buy the budget ones per carton. Maybe you get a discount, so you maybe pay $180 per carton, but you got to buy that 3 times. So, you know, it's over $500. Somewhere. Let's try to do the math just for fun. But, here. Give me a sec. I like to do math in my head, but sometimes I can be really slow at it if it's a number like 185 times 3 years. So one of these will change. Need to get over to that corner, so. I'll do it out loud. I normally wouldn't do it out loud, but I'll do it out loud for the camera there. An easy way to how I do math. You're probably gonna laugh at how I do this, but you got 3 cartons, they're 185 a piece, right? So round it up to 200. That's $600, and then you minus off the 15 times 3, which is 45, so that makes it 555. There we go. See, I can math, kinda. There we go. But yeah, that's like if you're a budget. If you're like one of these people buying the fucking like $25 ones or the $26 ones, like Players and like the Belmonts and shit, you're paying over 600. You're paying close to 7. Not just money you're burning away, literally. So. And never mind the money cost, like the health cost too. You're shortening your life. You're aging yourself a lot quicker. So it's not a good thing to be doing. The best kind of smoker is an ex-smoker. But even though I quit, I still to this day, I regret ever starting. Like, I wish I never started. Because I did get fucked up teeth from it. That I still gotta get fixed one day, which is half the reason you never see my face on camera. Self-conscious about that. But that was all from fucking cigarettes. But yeah, just, quit. Hopefully those tips help you out if you are trying to quit. I wish you all the success, Thank me later.